Welcome to your personalized deep dive. Today we're diving into a bunch of running tips, and get this, they're surprisingly profound.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, right? Running tips, deep thoughts, how do those go together?
Exactly. But these tips, straight from a runner's playbook, they go way beyond just lacing up your shoes. We're talking about motivation, taking care of yourself, even like how to actually enjoy running. And guess what? You don't even have to be a runner to get something out of this.
Totally. It's amazing how these simple ideas about running, they can apply to so many other parts of life.
Okay, so one tip that really stood out to me, and it might sound a little, I don't know, touchy-feely, but it's about being grateful while you run. Like taking a minute to appreciate that your body can even do this whole running thing.
It's so easy to get caught up in like how far you have to go or how fast you're going, but when you shift your focus to gratitude, it's like a total game changer.
It's like those days when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed and someone reminds you to just be thankful for what you have. It's like, oh yeah, things are so bad after all.
Exactly. And you know, gratitude, it's not just some fluffy feel-good thing. It actually rewires your brain. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it releases dopamine and serotonin, all those happy hormones.
So you're telling me I can get a happiness boost just from being thankful while I'm jogging? Sign me up.
Exactly. And that's just the beginning. You can apply this gratitude thing to anything, not just running. Think about your work, your relationships, even your morning commute.
Totally. Instead of complaining about traffic, I could be thankful that I even have a car to drive in.
Exactly, see? It's all about perspective. And speaking of perspective, another tip that resonated with me is all about being flexible with your goals. Some days you're going to feel like you can run a marathon, and other days, getting off the couch is a victory.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm the queen of setting these crazy ambitious goals, and then I end up feeling totally defeated when I don't reach them.
The key is to be kind to yourself, Life throws curveballs all the time, and sometimes you got to adjust your game plan, and that's okay.
It's like that time I planned this epic hiking trip, but it ended up raining the whole time. I was so bummed at first. But then we stumbled upon this cute little town and had the best time exploring it. Sometimes the detours are the best part.
Exactly. Rigidity, it can be a real trap, but when you're flexible and you can roll with the punches, it opens up so many possibilities.
I like the sound of that. So let's talk about something a little more, practical, like how to actually improve your running technique.
All right, so one tip that's often overlooked is engaging your core while you run. It's all about posture, minimizing that side-to-side motion, and really propelling yourself forward efficiently.
I'll admit, I'm guilty of slouching when I run. I'm always focused on my legs, but I never really thought about my core.
Well, think of it this way. Your core, it's like the foundation of your body. When it's strong and engaged, it helps everything else work better. And it's not just for running either. Think about how you sit at your desk. Are you hunched over? Slouching?
Oh, definitely guilty of that too.
Engaging your core, even when you're sitting, it can do wonders for your focus, your posture, even your breathing.
Wow, I never realized how important core strength is for, everything.
It's like a ripple effect. One small change leads to a whole cascade of positive effects.
I love that. All right, so another tip, and this one is all about motivation, and it's all about setting mini goals.
Yes. It's so easy to get overwhelmed when you're thinking about the big picture, whether it's running a 5K or finishing a big project at work.
Oh, I am the queen of getting overwhelmed. I remember when I had to clean out my entire closet, I was like, I'm never going to finish this.
But then you break it down, right?
Yeah.
Shelf by shelf, drawer by drawer, and suddenly it feels manageable.
Exactly. I started with just one shelf, and then I was like, okay, I can do another shelf. And before I knew it, the whole closet was clean.
It's all about those little victories, those small wins that keep you motivated. Each one is a little dopamine hit, and it keeps you going.
I'm all about those dopamine hits. Okay, let's move on to another tip that I think a lot of us need to hear, especially those of us who are, shall we say, competitive runners. And that is, it's okay to slow down.
Yes, so many runners, they push themselves way too hard too soon. And that's a recipe for burnout and injuries.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I always feel like I need to be pushing myself to my limits. But sometimes you just got to listen to your body and take it easy.
Exactly. It's not about being lazy. It's about being smart and making sure you're making sustainable progress. And that applies to everything in life, not just running.
Totally. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a business, or even just building a new habit, consistency and self-compassion are key.
And that ties back beautifully to gratitude. Being grateful for where you are in your journey, even if it's not where you thought you'd be, it's so empowering.
So here we are at the end of our deep dive into running tips. And I'd say I'm surprised by how much we've learned about just life in general.
It's amazing how something as simple as running can hold so much wisdom, right?
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, here's a little something for you to think about. If these running tips can be applied to other areas of your life, where will you choose to implement them? What challenge are you facing that could benefit from a little more core engagement, a sprinkle of mini goals, or maybe a generous dose of gratitude? Take a moment to reflect on that and let these insights guide you on your own unique journey.
I hope these tips help you hit the ground running.
Haha, I see what you did there. All right, until next time.
See you then.